This is the most real and the most bizarre murder case of the year. The woman in the frame is elegantly fixing her makeup and putting on high heels. The short date ends here. She says she has to work the night shift, but her job isn't what you think. The woman's name is Anna. She has a proper job as a nurse, but besides her husband, she has multiple lovers, other than the guy earlier. There's also a male nurse from her department, but he seems addicted to sex and still isn't satisfied. After work, Anna puts on a tight purple dress and reels in another big catch. The guy is exhausted and sleeps straight through the morning. Anna stands up satisfied and gazes out the window. That's the breathtaking view of Spain's capital. She thinks this is where people are meant to live. When she gets home and takes off her shoes, she's startled by her husband returning home early. Her husband John questions her. "Weren't you on the night shift yesterday? Why are you off this morning?" Anna keeps a straight face and makes up a reason. "My best friend got dumped. I went drinking and comforting her, so what?" She even pushes it further, blaming John for not being caring. She works herself to death caring for patients and still comes home to be doubted. How is anyone supposed to live like this? John can only apologize and beg for Anna's forgiveness. The next day, Anna clocks in at the hospital and immediately spots Adam. Turns out he's still hung up on Anna and invites her to a fancy dinner. Before the food arrives, he gives her a gift box and urges Anna to open it. Spoiler alert, it's a surprise. Anna opens it and finds a lace lingerie set inside. At this point, the hint couldn't be more obvious. Why bother with dinner anymore? Anna took hundreds of selfies in her pajamas, then walked over to Adam. The scenes after that are a bit data-consuming. Wouldn't want you running out of phone credit, so we'll skip that part. After fooling around till midnight, Anna came home and made up another lie. Said a coworker had an emergency and she had to cover, but she forgot her phone. And John saw Adam's text messages. He exploded. "Who were you covering for? Looked more like he was covering you." Anna went pale and quickly changed the subject. She locked herself in the bathroom, saying she had to work overtime. John, overwhelmed, tried to leave. Anna grabbed his hair and pulled him back, shouting, "I can't stay in this house anymore. I'm leaving." Oh wow, how is she acting like the victim now? Back at the hospital, Anna secretly wiped her tears, not because she regretted cheating, but because she got caught. She blamed herself for being careless. Thinking of that, she messaged her fifth lover. First, she complained she couldn't take this marriage anymore, then claimed she was suffering from horrible abuse, and then, out of nowhere, said she wanted to kill her husband. The last line was the key part. She asked the fifth lover if he'd help her commit murder. A few days later, in a downtown Madrid apartment parking lot, a motorcycle pulled in. The couple on it headed down to the third basement level, and were hit by a foul, overwhelming stench. They were so frightened, they ran away. The police immediately sealed off the building. Led by Curly, Ira from investigation arrived at the parking spot in the basement. An old Peugeot 206 sat there, its rear covered in blood. The corpse lay sprawled near the front of the car. Preliminary forensics showed. The forensic team gave two professional opinions. First, the victim was in perfectly good health when he died. Second, the murder weapon appears to be a kitchen knife. According to the ID, the victim's name was John, 36 years old. When Ira walked out of the crime scene, John's family was already waiting, none other than Anna herself. Fully in character, Anna collapsed to the ground sobbing. Anyone watching would have thought she was a devoted wife. After Ira reviewed some of the case clues, she immediately headed to the forensic center. This time, the forensics team gave a more detailed report. First, there's a 100% chance the victim was murdered. Second, judging by the angle and size of the wound, the killer was a tall, strong man. In other words, Anna was no longer a suspect. However, with her sharp instinct, Ira saw Anna again at the police station. One glance, and she sensed something was off. Her husband had just died. She was sobbing just moments ago, yet now she was glued to her phone. What's so fun on the phone? Remember, this was 2017. TikTok didn't even exist yet, so the suspicion was justified. 3 days later, Anna attended John's memorial service. Once again, she put on an Oscar-worthy performance, reading the eulogy while crying so hard she collapsed onto the casket, nearly passed out. But police had already uncovered two facts. John died during the night. Anna claimed she was at work, but she never showed up at the hospital. Anna had multiple lovers. She seemed like a proper lady, but was actually very promiscuous. So what were they waiting for? Ira immediately drove to Anna's parents' house. From the home decor, and the way her elderly parents spoke and acted, you could tell this was a deeply religious family. When questioned, Anna openly admitted to having affairs, but she swore she only cheated, she didn't kill anyone. She said John's death had nothing to do with her. The problem was, can a single word from her even be trusted? When a woman lies, sometimes she outsmarts any man. So Ira proposed to her superior to authorize 24-hour surveillance on Anna. At first, it seemed unnecessary, but what they heard was shocking. Anna flirted with a different lover every day. Her shamelessness left people speechless. After listening to thousands of vulgar conversations, Ira gave Anna a nickname. She called her Bombshell. One of Ira's subordinates asked curiously, "People usually say men can't control themselves. So why is Anna even more promiscuous than men? On this, Ira had a theory. Anna's parents were overly strict with her upbringing and treated sex as taboo, so Anna developed a rebellious mindset and a pathological craving for men. In 2016, Anna married John, not because she truly loved him, but because she wanted to escape her family through marriage. But after the wedding, she realized John's family wasn't well off, and they were conservative. She wanted to go out drinking and partying every week, but John thought bars were too expensive, and said it's cheaper to drink at home. Then he used saving money as an excuse to cut expenses. By day, Anna worked as a caregiver in a convent. At night, she worked part-time at a hospital. Juggling 2 jobs non-stop made Anna feel an even greater need to relieve stress. Turns out Ira was spot on. At the hospital, Anna not only seduced a male nurse, but also drove Devlin, a doctor, crazy in love. After John discovered her affair, the first person she thought of to help kill her husband was the hopeless romantic, Devlin. Devlin was old enough to be her father, but ever since he got a young lover, he started grooming his appearance, carefully dyeing his hair, grooming neatly, just hoping he could look a little younger. The old man was completely lost in the sweetness of love. He followed Anna's words like gospel. So, when Anna clearly expressed her wish to kill John, Devlin immediately began planning. They picked the parking garage as the perfect spot, because it was usually empty. Even if it smelled, no one would notice. Devlin was even smug about it. He even showed off pictures to his friend. Hey, check out my young girlfriend, great body, right? His friends warned him, just have fun, don't fall for her, because Devlin already had a family. His son was about to start college. But things were about to spiral. Devlin didn't take the advice. On the day his son turned 18, Anna sent an ultimatum: if you don't do it, I'm breaking up with you. That message sent Devlin into a panic. He rushed to take action, changed clothes and went to the underground garage. Sure enough, John came down to his car right on time. Devlin ambushed him from the shadows. After the murder, Devlin got rid of the clothes he wore, cleaned the knife, and buried it in the ground. His heart was full of fear, but after reading Anna's sweet messages, he felt it was all worth it. Afterward, Devlin went to see Anna. Anna kept her promise and rewarded Devlin with 30 minutes of paradise. But Devlin, like any steel pen you've ever bought, was useless once used up. In the days that followed, Anna was clearly distant from Devlin. Even touching her was out of the question. Devlin was very disappointed. He didn't understand what had changed. Until one day, he accidentally saw one of Anna's emails and realized she had found someone new. Devlin angrily called Anna. I killed for you, and this is how you treat me? As luck would have it, that call was fully recorded by Ira's surveillance. The police immediately took action. They caught footage of Anna meeting with Devlin, but it wasn't the right time to make a move yet. A few days later, Anna and Adam went to the beach to look at Ocean View Home. They dreamed of a beautiful future together, but there was one small problem. Adam was only pretending to be rich. He was short on the down payment. Anna planned to sell John's apartment, to move cities and start a new life, but the murder case was still unresolved. The property was frozen, and John's family objected. Anna didn't get a single cent. That's when she started to worry. Could the police be suspecting her? She called Devlin again and poured out all her anxiety, even saying sweet things like, "You're the only one I love." Devlin was moved to tears. He even comforted Anna in return. "I'll carry the sky if it falls," he said. "As long as Anna and Adam are happy, that's enough for me." At this point I wanted to scream, is this guy into being abused? The two of them kept chatting, even discussed the murder details again, all of which were clearly recorded by the police. At this point, Ira gave the order to arrest them. They started at the hospital and arrested Devlin while he was having lunch, then picked up Anna from the parking garage. Anna thought her life was over, but guess what? Devlin took all the blame himself. He said he was blindly in love with Anna and killed John for noble love, and that's why he killed John. He claimed it had nothing to do with Anna, but Anna wasn't so noble. She insisted she was innocent, blaming everything on that pervert Devlin. Ira sneered and cut her off. That honey-coated mouth might fool men, but it won't fool me. In the end, the vicious woman Anna was convicted of inciting murder and thrown in jail. However, word has it that in prison she found a new lover. As for romantic fool Devlin, he finally woke up during the trial, admitted he was out of his mind, completely bewitched by Anna. At this point, you might say, this movie isn't suspenseful at all. They solved everything through wiretapping. No way a woman this crazy exists in real life. This script is just nonsense. But let me tell you this Spanish film called La Viuda Negra, A Widow's Game 2025, is entirely based on a true story, with a 99.99% accuracy to the real case. See? Art imitates life, and real life is stranger than fiction. If you enjoyed today's commentary, please like and save it. Your support is my biggest motivation to keep creating. See you in the next video.